The garden was gone. The gates of Eden were closed, guarded by the flaming sword. Adam and Eve now lived in a world of toil and sweat, a world where the earth yielded thorns as often as it gave fruit. But even in exile, God's promise remained alive. And in this new world, the first children of humanity were born. Eve, holding her newborn, cried out in hope, "I have received a man, with the help of the Lord." This child she named Cain. In him she saw the possibility of redemption, the hope that perhaps he would be the one to strike the serpent's head and restore what was lost. Later came another son, Abel. 2 brothers, born of the same mother, raised under the shadow of Eden. Yet from the beginning they walked different paths. Cain grew to work the soil. He tilled the ground, planting seeds, harvesting fruits and grains. His hands were strong, his back bent beneath the sun, his life tied to the earth that his father once tilled. Abel became a keeper of sheep. He led his flocks through green pastures, cared for them with gentleness, and watched the lambs grow beneath the skies. His heart was tender, his eyes often lifted toward the heavens. 2 men, 2 callings, and yet both knew that their lives, their strength, their breath came from the hand of the Creator. So, in the course of time, they brought an offering to the Lord. Cain brought fruit of the ground, the harvest he had worked for, grains, vegetables, the labor of his hands. Abel brought from his flock, the firstborn of his sheep, the choicest portions, the very best he had. And the Lord looked with favor on Abel and his offering. But for Cain and his offering, he did not look with favor. Why? It was not the fruit or the lamb that mattered most, but the heart. Abel gave in faith, in trust, holding nothing back. Cain gave out of duty, but without surrender. His gift was from his hands, but not from his heart. And so Cain burned with anger. His face fell, his spirit darkened, and jealousy poisoned his soul. But God, who sees all, spoke to him gently. "Cain, why are you angry? Why has your face fallen? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it." These words were a warning, a lifeline, a call to resist the shadow that lurked in his heart. But Cain did not listen. The voice of envy grew louder than the voice of God. One day Cain said to his brother, "Let us go out into the field." And Abel, trusting, went with him. The sun shone, the earth was silent, and there in the open field, Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and he struck him down. The ground that had once received seed and water now drank blood for the first time. Abel, the shepherd, the man of faith, lay still. The first life taken by human hands, the first blood shed in history. And the voice of God came once more. "Cain, where is your brother Abel?" Cain, his heart hardened, answered, "I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper?" But God said, "What have you done? Listen, your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. Now you are cursed from the earth, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you work the soil, it will no longer yield its strength to you. You shall be a restless wanderer on the earth." Cain trembled. "My punishment is more than I can bear. You have driven me from the land, from your presence. Whoever finds me will kill me." But the Lord, even in judgment, showed mercy. He placed a mark upon Cain so that no one who found him would kill him. Justice had fallen, but grace had not vanished. So Cain went out from the presence of the Lord, east of Eden. He became a wanderer, building cities, his descendants filling the earth. But the memory of Abel, the righteous shepherd, remained. Abel's life was short, yet his faith still speaks. His sacrifice foreshadowed a greater sacrifice to come, one whose blood would not cry for vengeance, but for forgiveness. The story of Cain and Abel is more than the tale of 2 brothers. It is the story of the human heart, a warning of jealousy, of pride, of anger left unchecked. but also a reminder that even in our failures, God's voice still calls us back, urging us to choose what is right. Cain chose hatred, and Abel suffered. But the promise whispered in Eden still remained alive, that one day from humanity would come one who would conquer sin, defeat death, and bring life everlasting. This was not the end. It was only the beginning of the story.